Mo Salah versus Eden Hazard. Let's talk about it. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching, guys. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. I do appreciate it, guys. So today, guys, we are going to be talking about Mo Salah, Eden Hazard. It's what everyone's talking about on Twitter at the moment, so I thought we'll have a little discussion about it. Also, other Liverpool news we'll be chatting about today. Feedback from yesterday's show. And Howard Webb. I don't know if anyone saw it. So Michael Owen and Howard Webb have this referee show. I don't know why, but they have this show, and Howard Webb basically lied. He basically lying right in front of us, telling us that the referee did not know anything about it when we hear the referee on the audio. So it's corruption, man. Corruption as always. But a big thank you for everyone joining me today. I do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. All the good stuff I would appreciate. Tomorrow night we have got a big show tomorrow night. We have got a big debate show. We have got Gooner Lee on the channel. We've got Monts and Big Six Bants on the channel. We've got a Gal on the channel. Yeah, we go. I've got hopefully got Don as well, Chelsea fan, coming onto the channel as well, and I'm trying to get some others on as well. And we'll go have a bit of a debate show tomorrow, talking about our clubs, talking about who can challenge Man City, the goals of our clubs as well. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Should be a good one. Should be a good debate show. But firstly, I hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone's good in the chat. I hope everyone's had a great morning so far and enjoying their day. Or good evening, or whatever time of day is you are watching this. I hope you're all doing really well. Don't forget to go and smash that like button as well. Don't forget to go and subscribe. All that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. Some feedback from yesterday's show. Yesterday's show was a good one. I gave as much detail as I can on the situation in the Brighton game and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, big up to everyone joining, talking about the number 6 yesterday as well. What we can do there. Liverpool squad, is it actually as bad as everyone makes it out to be? People still chatting crap about Liverpool. I hear it all the time. I was there watching a show yesterday, and do you know what annoys me? Do you know what annoys me? And it's mostly Arsenal fans, and I don't know why. We ain't really got a rivalry with Arsenal, you know? But it's like Arsenal fans are trying to start a rivalry with us. I don't get it. There's no real rivalry between Liverpool and Arsenal. But they got a bee in their bonnet, and I don't know what it is, and they really don't like our squad. You know, I keep hearing like Arsenal fans keep going like we're City's main challengers because Liverpool haven't got the squad like we've got the squad. And I'm sitting there thinking, what are you? Is Arsenal got Real Madrid squad all of a sudden? What's going on here? You know, Declan Rice, player of the year so far. I'm going to be honest, man. I'm going to be honest because I'm an honest guy. I don't think Declan Rice has been that great this season. Now, people got him as player of the year so far. And I've been watching all the games because I watch all the games, especially all the big six games. I don't think Declan Rice has been that great. They make him out like he's been like man of the match every single game and world class and all that. It's like, nah, he's been good. He's been good. I don't think he's been great though. For the money he cost, I don't think Declan Rice has like been tremendous. He's had moments in games, getting a winning goal against Man United, which an Iron should have saved. But he hasn't been. He's a good footballer, but the media go over the top because he's English. Because he's English and he costs 120 million, so they just go back it. Our player of the year so far. It's like, well, it's James Maddison just been sleeping all season. It's like literally James Maddison just been asleep all season. He ain't done nothing, no. But we're bigging up this Declan Rice fella time and time and time again. But James Maddison's what? He's been pulling up weeds. Well, what are we doing now? Mental. Absolutely mental. And also Mo Salah. Mo Salah's numbers already are ridiculous. Mo Salah's been brilliant. Yeah, I just don't. It's really starting to drive me mad. It really is. And look, I think this season's going to be a good season for a lot of teams. I think it's going to be a tight season, a big season. I think Liverpool are going to push Arsenal and City as far as they can. I've said it already. I think Arsenal are a year in front of Liverpool because of what happened last season. I'll be truthful about that. I'm not going to sit here and say that Liverpool can go and win the title this season. So I think we're a year behind. Arsenal caught us up and is a year in front of us right now. But these players, when they settle down, when the likes of McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch all settle down, they're going to be tremendous footballers. And if Liverpool go and get that defensive midfielder, they go and get that defensive midfielder that Liverpool need, then you're looking at one of the better midfields in the Premier League without a shadow of a doubt. I don't get why people put it down all the time. Literally, if Liverpool had a DM, and you got McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, you got Curtis Jones there as well, you got Thiago, you got Stefan Bajcetic. So as good as the midfield in the Premier League. And we're only 3 points behind Arsenal. So if Arsenal were a year in front of us and they've started this season amazingly well, as all the media are making out and all other YouTube channels are making out, they've been amazing. And Liverpool got this brand new midfield, right? And they're only 3 points behind them, considering how bad we were last year. It's not. It drives me mad. And then Mo Salah not getting the credit that he ever deserves. What has Mo Salah got to do to get the credit he deserves? I don't know. I was been watching a lot of channels lately talking about the Salah, Eden Hazard stuff, and on Twitter, people talking about Eden Hazard, Salah stuff. So it's going to be very tribal because Chelsea fans are going to obviously big up their guy in Eden Hazard. Liverpool fans are going to big up their guy Mo Salah. Yeah, so I'm not going to go Liverpool-Chelsea argument here because that's not the right argument to have in this debate about Salah and Eden Hazard, because both clubs are going to big up their player, of course. Although Hazard don't play for Chelsea no more, he's still probably a Chelsea legend, but Liverpool going to stick up for Salah because he's their boy. So let's not go through. I'm not going to go down the Liverpool-Chelsea thing. I'm just going to go down what the players bring to each club and what they've done for their careers. Now, there's no doubt about it, Eden Hazard he was probably a better player at a younger age, because you've got to remember what Eden Hazard done at Lille and stuff like that. And he was probably arguably a better player technically than Mo Salah. See, what always get Mo Salah, the reason Mo Salah will never win these debates is because he went to Chelsea and failed. Yeah, this is what they're always going to say. When he was younger, he went to Chelsea and he failed. Everyone forgets that Mo Salah was like this next big thing when he was at Basel. Yeah, so when he was at Basel, everyone kept talking about Mo Salah like he's this next big superstar in football. And He went to Chelsea and it just didn't work out, so they consider him a failure. Then they forget he went to Florentina, did bits. He went to Roma, did bits. This is what's always forgotten about. In the Hazard Salah debate, they will always, always, always bring up what Eden Hazard done. They'll always bring up what Eden Hazard done at Lille all the time. He did this for Lille, he did that for Lille. They won a double and all this sort of stuff. That he was part of that team that won these trophies. Yeah, and they'll always bring that up, but they never bring up what Mo Salah done at other clubs. I see one tweet a day that you must have been only watching football about 5 years ago to think Salah wins a debate over Mo Salah, because they're only going what he's done at Liverpool. Yeah. But Chelsea fans will always bring up what Hazard done at Lille and then got to move to Real Madrid and what he did at Chelsea. But they have a go at Liverpool fans when you say, no, Salah's the better player and here's why. And then they go, well, he's only been the better player since he's been at Liverpool. What did he do before then? So he weren't a breakout star at Basel, no. He weren't a tremendous player at Roma. You forget his numbers at Roma as a winger. His numbers at Roma were equaling Eden Hazard's numbers at Chelsea. Yeah, people don't, at Lille or wherever he was at the time. This is what people don't like to have the discussion about. Salah's numbers weren't just at Liverpool. Salah was bringing up numbers at Roma, at Florentina. He was getting goals and assists as a winger. Similar to what Hazard was probably doing at Lille. But you're not allowed to have these discussions because apparently Salah only become relevant when he played for Liverpool Football Club, which is a madness. Because people don't follow football. They don't follow people's careers when they have these arguments. Now, for me in the Premier League, I ain't going to diss Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard was a tremendous footballer. There's no doubt about it. He's a very, very good footballer, is Eden Hazard. Easy on the eye. You watch him, the way he moves, he glides on the pitch. He's got beautiful movement, beautiful balance when he dribbles with the ball. He's a beautiful footballer to watch. He certainly was. But he weren't consistent. I've been saying this a time. Didn't he have a whole season off once when he didn't score one goal? Salah's worst season is 18 goals. This is what we're talking about here. And then people will bring up the stats. You can't go on stats. Why can't you go on stats? They're forwards. What they do in the game is based on stats. Eden Hazard is a creative footballer. He's a creative footballer, yeah? So if Eden Hazard is a creative footballer, then Eden Hazard needs stats to back up his game. He just does. And his stats do not match up to Mohamed Salah. It's just a fact. There's no lies here. There's no deceit. It's just a fact. Now, when you bring up Mo Salah, so when the argument comes up about Mohamed Salah and you go and you bring up the stats, well, he gets 35 GA every single season since he's been at Liverpool Football Club. It gets at least 30 to 35 GA every single season at Liverpool Football Club. Oh, you're just bringing up stats again. Football's not about stats. It's what you watch with the eye. And I'm like, I sit there and I'm like, what are you chatting about? Do you know how Salah's a forward? He's a forward. He's a winger. Stats is part of his game. Eden Hazard is a creative footballer who can play in the wide areas and forward areas. Stats are part of his game. So what? If Eden Hazard is this creative player, yeah, and this tremendous player that people used to link to Lionel Messi. See, this is the thing. This is the thing This is the thing that annoys me the most, yeah? Chelsea fans used to compare Hazard to Messi, right? I don't know about you guys in the chat. You'll probably remember this, yeah? But they used to compare Hazard to Messi, right? Hazard couldn't lace Messi's boots. Messi could do what Hazard done, plus have end product. Messi did what Hazard did every single week, but had far more end product by quite a mile. So are we going to go, well, Hazard was better, Hazard, Messi, are we going to ignore Messi stats? Is that what we go to do? Are we going to ignore Messi stats? Messi is the greatest footballer I've ever seen play, yeah? Messi has more goals and assists than Hazard has appearances, yeah? But they used to compare Messi and they used to compare Hazard to Leo Messi, yeah, the greatest footballer ever lived. But he's got more goals and assists than Hazard has appearances. But when you argue the Salah versus Hazard debate with Chelsea fans, they will tell you can't bring up stats. Oh, it's just stats, this, stats, that. Well, don't compare yourself to the greatest footballer of all time. Don't go and compare your player to the greatest footballer of all time if it's not about stats. Because Messi, as I just said, his goals and assists he's got more of than Hazard has at professional appearances. Stats. If you're a forward player, I've always said this, and I will always say this. If you're a forward player in today's game, stats are important. If you're playing 4-3-3 like a lot of teams do, wingers in today's game have got to be creative. You've either got to be creative with assists or you've got to be banging goals. I don't want my winger at the end of a season to have 5 goals and 1 assist. Is that a good winger in today's game? Like in today's game, if you're playing in an attacking game and you're part of a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, whatever it is, and you're a winger in an attacking sense of the game, and you're only getting 5 goals and 1 assist, it's about end product. Give me end product all the time. This is always my argument with Luis Diaz. This the last little bit since his knee operation. I think Luis Diaz before his knee surgery, if Luis Diaz never got his knee done, I think Luis Diaz is banging 20 GA a season. Yeah. And I'm taking that from my winger because he's banging 20 GA a season. Easy. Right? Because that's the sort of winger he is. He's more creative than a goal scoring winger. So he's going to give me around 20 GA a season. That's what I want. You've got to give me something as a winger in attacking teams. I don't want my winger just to be busy, look good on the eye, but then have 5 goals and 1 assist at the end of the season. Because what's he done? That's Stuart Downing territory. That's what Stuart Downing was. Do you want that kind of winger again? 5 goals, 1 assist, or 5 assists, 1 goal. Yeah, you want that kind of. So Eden Hazard was a tremendous footballer. He did things with the ball that are amazing. He was great on the eye. There's no doubt about it. Tremendous. But you can compare him to whoever. I think he's a great player. I don't think there's one person that don't think that Eden Hazard was a fantastic footballer. He was a fantastic footballer. But at the end of the day, that man retired at the age of 32 because he never looked after himself. It's as simple as that. Eden Hazard never looked after himself. He didn't care about being the best player. He didn't really love football, if you ask me. He didn't love football like a Mo Salah loves football, like a Messi loves football, like a Ronaldo loves football, like an Mbappe loves football. He hasn't got it in him. He didn't have that mentality in him. He couldn't care less. He went a season without. He went 12 months without scoring a goal. It tells you everything. Yeah. He didn't look after his body. He's 32 and retired. Salah's just going about hit 32. Looks in the greatest shape of his life. And actually getting better as a footballer. Do you know what I mean? That's the mad thing. Salah is going to become 32 next season. Hazard retired at 32. Salah is now becoming an even better footballer as he gets older. He looks in amazing shape and he looks after himself. The best players in the world always look after themselves. Yes, they're going to get the occasional injuries because they play so many games. But at the end of the day, people like Messi and Ronaldo's and Salah's of this world and Mbappe's of this world, they all look after their body. They make sure they eat right, drink right, recover well, and they have longevity. And because they have longevity, look at Zlatan Ibrahimovic, yeah? Yes, he's had nasty injuries in his career, but the man played up to 40, yeah? And, he went to Man United in his mid-30s and was still doing bits, yeah, in the Premier League because he looked after himself. About longevity because they love the game. It's I can never put Eden Hazard in greatest. If you did the top 10 greatest Premier League players of all time tomorrow, Eden Hazard's not in it, but Mo Salah is. Simple as that. And I'm not saying it just from a Liverpool fan point of view. I'm hearing neutrals even say that. I've heard some Arsenal fans on YouTube lately just say that. You do a top 10 Premier League players of all time. Hazard's not in it, but Salah is. Because of longevity. What Salah's doing is mad. His numbers are nuts. And I don't understand why people get upset about his numbers either. All he is numbers. Yeah, because he's an attacker. What do you want my forward to be? No numbers. I don't get this argument ever about Mo Salah when people argue about Mo Salah. Oh, Mo Salah's just about numbers. He doesn't really do anything else. Good. He's a forward. It should just be about numbers. What, do you want him to be a Saint Maximin? This is what gets on my nerves about today's football. Today's football fans, they're so FIFA orientated. This is the problem with football fans today. No intelligence. They're all FIFA generated fans, yeah? They just want to see 11 St. Maximans on the pitch. That's what they want to see. They want to see 11 St. Maximans on the pitch that just dance around, dribble, 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 no end product. Dribble, 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 look good on the eye, take on 4 men, rainbow flick, roulette spins. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh my God, what a player. What a player. Goes to cross it and goes out for a goal kick. That's the player fans today want. Yeah, that's the player fans today want. And when you bring up Mo Salah and people go, oh, he's just about numbers. He's just about numbers. Good. He should be just about numbers. He's a forward. I've said this about Haaland. I don't think Haaland is technically the best footballer in the world. That's why I don't think he should get the Ballon d'Or, right? I think Mbappe, if you go footballer to footballer, Mbappe is a superior footballer to Erling Haaland. But Erling Haaland is the greatest goal scorer in the world at the moment. And at the end of the day, he's a forward. He's a striker. And at the end of the day, all people want to see from their strikers is bang goal, bang goal, bang goal, bang goal. That is all you want to see from your strikers. And when a striker's retired, they look at their goals. Alan Shearer still talks about being the leading goal scorer in the Premier League. Still talks about it now because it's important to him because he was a striker and the numbers are important to him. Now, I keep saying it, I don't think Haaland as a footballer is that great. But as a goal scorer, he's unbelievable. He's the best on the planet. And that is what it's about for him. I don't think Man City fans really give a damn, right, if Haaland's technically not that great as a footballer. If he's getting 40 to 50 goals every season for them, yeah, that's all they care about. And in their opinion, he'd probably be the best player in the world. But when we talk about Mo Salah in the same subject as Liverpool fans, they go, well, it's all about the numbers because he's a forward, yeah? When they go, well, that ain't good enough. He's got to do this and he's got to do that. It's mad to me. It's absolutely mad to me. And Mo Salah is a right winger. He's not an inside forward. He's not a striker. He's a right winger. You know, people try to make things up about Mo Salah like he's an inside forward or he's a striker or he's this or that. He's a right winger. Go and look at Mo Salah's heat maps for his whole career. They're all right wing. That is where he plays. He plays right wing. He's not an inside forward. He's not a striker. It's not a midfielder. The man is a right winger. But we then have to say, oh, we can't be, because of his numbers, he's got to be more of an inside forward. No, he's just a right winger who's just world class. Why can people not just handle that fact that Mo Salah is a right winger who is world class? That's why when you put him up front in the number 9 position, he's no good at it. Yeah. Every time Mo Salah's going to play up front in the number 9 position, he's not really that good at it because he's not a striker. He's a right winger who is world class and gets world class numbers. John Barnes, right? If we were playing today's football, John Barnes would be considered an inside forward. Yeah. If you go back to the late 80s when John Barnes joined Liverpool, he was the best left winger in world football, without a shadow of a doubt. When he was at Watford, he was doing things that's why Liverpool bought him. That goal against Brazil when he played for England, he was playing for Watford at the time. He was the best left winger in world football. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Yeah. John Barnes in today's football would be called an inside forward because of the numbers he got. John Barnes used to get 20 odd goals a season playing 4-4-2. Playing 4-4-2, playing on that left side of midfield as like a left winger, left midfielder / left winger in a 4-4-2. John Barnes was getting 20 goals a season and assists and scoring free kicks and all this nonsense. Yeah. In today's football, he'd be called an inside forward because we can't understand it how a winger or a wide player gets that amount of goals and gets that amount of assists. So we'd have to call him an inside forward to justify it. Yeah, because our brains can't handle it. Mo Salah is a right winger who gets goal after goal after goal after assist after assist after assist after assist. And and my whole argument all the time with Mo Salah is that he's a fantastic footballer as well. Like people think Mo Salah can't dribble. It's a nonsense. Of course Mo Salah can dribble. Some of Mo Salah's best goals I've seen for Fiorentina, Roma, Basel and Liverpool have been when he takes men on and takes 2 or 3 players on and scores goals. So, yes, he can dribble. Has he changed his game slightly as he's got older? Yes, because he's sensible. So Mo Salah's slowed down a little bit. He's changed his style of way he plays. And guess what? He's now getting more creative. And his GA this season is still fantastic. But yet again, people will just go, it's just a numbers man. No, it's just mad. It's just mad to me. It's just mad. Look, there's great footballers, yeah. There's great footballers that haven't got end product. And the reason they're not remembered is because they haven't got end product. Simple as that. Charisma, yeah. I used to watch Charisma when I was younger, yeah. He should have been what Ronaldo is. Yeah. Charisma should have been what Ronaldo is now, yeah, for Portugal. He was sort of Ronaldo before Ronaldo became Ronaldo was Charisma, yeah. But he just never had that drive, that end product, that will. But he was a beautiful footballer to watch. And Ronaldo was like, no, you can't just be beautiful. Like when you watch, look, we all remember when Ronaldo hit the scene. He was all about dribbling, taking his players on, taking everyone, going in wide areas and the wing areas, taking his player on, running past his fullback, taking his fullback on, then taking his fullback on again. Yeah. But then Ronaldo figured, I can't just be a show pony. I can't just be one of these technical show ponies. I can do this all my career, yeah? A bit like Charisma. I can do this all my career, but I won't be remembered. I won't be remembered. I've got to change my game. So Ronaldo changed his game a little bit. He changed his game a little bit. He didn't become, he turned off from being that show pony a little bit and just become a machine, an absolute machine. Yeah. And just became an assist and goal scorer. Became a proper forward. And I'm one of the greatest players of all time. So, because he wanted to be remembered. Like, Messi for me, and this is why I love Messi so much, because Messi for me is the only footballer, apart from Maradona, he's literally the only footballer I've ever seen that does everything everyone else does, but as an end product at the same time. So Ronaldo changed his game. Ronaldo changed his game as a young lad at Man United. When he went to Real Madrid, he changed his game, became more of that forward goal scorer, could win a game like that on his own, and get a hat trick in 5 minutes. Yeah, that's what he became. Right? Messi never changed his game. Messi never changed his game. Messi was always the player that would drop deep, pick up the ball for midfielder, dribble past 4 people, play a 1-2 at the edge of the box, get it back and score a goal. He then, if he couldn't score a goal, he'd assist. Messi never changed his game, but guess what? Messi's got the greatest numbers in world football for assists and goals, and he never changed his game. That is why Messi, for me, is the greatest footballer of all time. It can never be debated because he never changed the way he played. Ever. And when we come to the Salah Eden Hazard debate, again, as I said, Hazard was a tremendous footballer. One of the best footballers I've seen play in the Premier League. There's no doubt about it. He was eye-catching. And when he was at his best, he was unstoppable. But he wasn't at his best long enough. And that's the problem. That's the problem here. Hazard weren't at his best long enough. It's about longevity. And for that reason, that's why Mo Salah wins this argument. No, Mo Salah's going to be still doing it in the Premier League for Liverpool, while Eden Hazard sat at home on his sofa watching Mo Salah doing it for Liverpool in retirement at the same age. Exactly the same age. Mo Salah's going to continue his legacy, while Eden Hazard sits there with a burger watching Mo Salah do it every single week on his sofa. Think of it like that, guys. It's about legacy in the game, man. It's about legacy in the game and what you leave behind. And that's why I keep saying, if there's a Premier League top 10 greatest Premier League players of all time tomorrow, I think Mo Salah makes a list and Steven Gerrard makes a list. They're probably the only 2 Liverpool players that do make the list, to be fair. Steven Gerrard and Mo Salah. Probably the rest of them are Man United and Arsenal players and some Chelsea players. But that's it. Hazard wouldn't make that list. Hazard wouldn't make that list. He just wouldn't. And, they have... Hazard got his dream move to go to Real Madrid. And what did he do at Real Madrid? He never looked after himself. He put on weight. Came a bit of a laughing stock. Kept getting injuries constantly because he was too heavy. Never looked after himself. He got his dream move to Real Madrid and he wasted it. Absolutely wasted it. He didn't care. It's as simple as that. And people will go, "You're being harsh, Jamie. Of course he cared. He got an injury. It ain't his fault." It is his fault. He never looked after his body. Just never looked after himself. Best players in the world look after their bodies. Simple as that. Simple as that. We know you might not have came in when I was talking about this already. I already spoke about this. See, you might not have heard it because I said about everyone always talks about Hazard when he was at Lille. Yeah, they always talk about this in his argument and always say that Salah only did it when he started coming to Liverpool. And I said that's bollocks. Go to what Salah was doing at Basel as an upcoming superstar that everyone wanted to buy. Then he went to Chelsea and it didn't work for him. Yeah, so did Kevin De Bruyne, but no one says anything. Then he went to Fiorentina and Roma and was doing bits and putting up numbers as a winger. Yeah, and then he went to Liverpool and became one of the best players in the world. So if we go through the legacy thing, when Hazard was at Lille, Salah was at Basel and Fiorentina and Roma, sort of doing very similar numbers to what Eden Hazard was doing at Lille. So we can take it back all the time. We can take it back all the time. And Salah's got better as he's got older. Eden Hazard got worse. That's my thing as well. Hazard played 50 games on 4 goals for Real Madrid. That's terrible. And how long has he been at Real Madrid now? When did he leave Chelsea? 3 years ago? 4 years ago? When did he leave Chelsea? What year did he leave? Was it 3 or 4 years ago? And most of them appearances, by the way, are better substitution appearances as well. He left 4 years ago, and he only had 50 games for Real Madrid. How many of them were first? How many of them were starters? See, this is the problem with we know this is a problem with this conversation. There's been absolute. Stephen Gevaert has got a World Cup. Michael Owen hasn't. So is Stephen Gevaert a better striker than Michael Owen? So this is the thing with trophies. It's an individual's. It's a team sport. We're on about individuality here. This is my problem with it. This is my problem. People bring up trophies won at certain clubs. Yeah. Salah. Gerrard never won the Premier League, so we can never talk about Gerrard as one of the greatest Premier League players of all time. We can't, because he never won the Premier League, so we can't chat about it. So in that top 10 Premier League players of all time, Steven Gerrard can't even be in the top 50 because he never won a Premier League. This is my problem with the trophy thing. It's a team sport. We're on about individual players here. This is the difference. This is the difference, man. This is the difference. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Salah's just a better footballer than Eden Hazard. I don't get why people get upset about this. The fact is, Salah's a better footballer than Eden Hazard because he does everything better. It's just as simple as that. My winger is a better winger than Eden Hazard because he does it better than Eden Hazard. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I really don't. It's like people saying Matt Letizia was better than so-and-so because he was stayed at Southampton his whole career and never won anything. Yeah? But Matt Letizia was a baller. He was tremendous. But we can never gauge how good he could have been because he never went to a big club. I just don't understand the debate here. I really don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. Hazard for about 2 years was unstoppable at Chelsea, and then he had 2 years off. Salah's been unstoppable at Liverpool since the day he joined. So if we're going to go on that merit, Salah still wins. Simple as that. Simple as that. Salah still wins the conversation here. Because if we're going on what they did at each club, at Chelsea and Liverpool, Hazard had 2 years off at one time where he didn't do nothing. He had one season where he didn't even score a goal. And if I take Salah, Salah's been unstoppable at Liverpool since the day he joined to even now, where he's the same age as Eden Hazard, who's just retired. So if we're going by that metric, Salah still wins. Could you imagine if Salah had a year off? And I'm not talking about a year off where he was injured and didn't turn up or anything. Hazard turned up. He played every game. He just didn't score a goal that season. Can you imagine if Salah did that? Liverpool fans would want him out of the club. The guy's finished. He's finished. We want him gone. He's not doing what he did anymore. He can't score and assist anymore. What's the point of Mo Salah? But then when you bring up that Mo Salah is a goal-scoring machine and an assist machine and a creative machine, people will then go, well, that's all he does. So you can't win. See, with Mo Salah, I feel for Mo Salah. Mo Salah will never, ever be acknowledged as one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League because they just can't get by the fact that he ain't a dribbling eye candy, that he's just pure end product, pure end product, but we can never have this conversation about Mo Salah because people will go, well, look at Eden Hazard, what he did for Chelsea. He had a year off where he did nothing. A year off where he did absolutely nothing. If Salah had a year off and did absolutely nothing, all you guys just want him gone. Everyone would want Salah left, right? But Hazard does a year of doing absolutely nothing. They're like, oh my God, he's amazing. And they compare him to Messi. Messi's probably, no. Messi's worst year was at PSG in his whole career. Messi's worst year was at PSG, where he's 34 years of age. 34 years of age, 2 years older than Hazard had retired, and his worst period of his career was at PSG, where I still think he had 15 GA that season. You can't compare. You can't compare. You know, and what and the eye test thing does my absolute nutting. So the eye test thing does my nutting, right? Because what do you want to watch on an eye test? What's an eye test for people? So if you like things on the eye test, right? So any fan that likes the eye test they obviously love players like Saint Maximin and Rafinha and Anthony. You must absolutely adore these footballers. All the people, all the fans that go on eye test only, you must be gutted that we never bought Anthony from Ajax and he went to Man United because he's better on the eye. You must be gutted that we never got Rafinha. You must be gutted that we never got Saint Maximin because they're better on the eye. But guess what? They've got no end product. None. Absolute zero. But we've got a player in Mo Salah who was just end product machine. And last time I watched football was a results business. It was about winning games. It's balmy to me. It's just balmy to me. And Salah's not even a crap footballer either. He's not even a crap footballer. Salah isn't a fantastic footballer. He does all the eye test stuff, all the dribbling, going past people. Some of Salah's best goals are when he goes past about 5 people and puts it in the back of the net. He's a tremendous footballer. Just tremendous. I don't get why I don't get the credit, man. I don't get why I don't get the credit. This is my problem I've had with Thiago and Luis Diaz and all these kind of people, because everyone goes, oh, they're pretty on the eye, but are they effective? And this is what I keep saying. Football's about winning. I want effective footballers. I don't want pretty footballers. I like effective footballers. And then you'll go get the odd footballer like R9, like Ronaldo, like Messi, like Johan Cruyff, like all these sort of people that are pretty and effective at the same time. And they're the greatest footballers of all time. Yeah, they're the greatest. Maradonas, Messis, Ronaldos, Johan Cruyffs, Platinis, all these sort of players. They are eye-catching and they're effective. And that is why they're the greatest footballers of all time. Yeah, because they do both. If you're just eye-catching and you've got no creativity, I don't want that. But if you're effective, I want effective footballers. I just do. Yeah. If all Salah does for the rest of his Liverpool career is get 30 GA every season, I'm happy with that, because that means Liverpool are going to be a better football team. Simple as that. Simple as that. If Luis Diaz can cut out all the nonsense that Luis Diaz does, all the pretty stuff he does, and become more effective, Luis Diaz can get 20 odd GA a season as well. You know, unfortunately, it's the way football is now. I'm not saying it's right, but I live in today's society. So coming up to 2024, football is like this now. Yeah, the creativity in football is not as good as it used to be, because teams have to be more structured. Yeah, but back then, I'm 42, so I grew up watching Italian football a lot. Yeah, it was about effectiveness. It's about being effective. What you can do. You either don't consider. I saw AC Milan win a Premier League. I think AC Milan won a title once, only scoring 40 goals all season, but never conceding any. You know, it's just about being effective. It's about winning. That's why I just said it, Wino. That's why I just said it. Haaland probably should win the Ballon d'Or in this society today. I just don't think he's technically good enough to be a Ballon d'Or, because I said my thing on this, Wino. I said my whole argument in this is, why didn't people like Alan Shearer, Gary Lineker, and them sort of players, Andy Cole, why were them sort of players never nominated for the Ballon d'Or? Because they were just goal scorers. They weren't technically great footballers. That was my argument on it. That's what I'm saying on that. That's what I'm saying on that. That's why I don't like individual awards. I think individual awards in a team sport is ridiculous. I don't get individual awards in team sports. See, Haaland, if you go on the metrics of how a player wins a Ballon d'Or, Haaland should probably win it because he got 50 goals to Man City, and Man City won the treble. Yeah. So if you go by that metric, Haaland probably should be winning the Ballon d'Or. But it's an individual sport. In my opinion, the best player for Man City last season was Rodri. So Rodri, for me, I don't understand how Rodri's not up for Ballon d'Or. I really don't understand it. If we're doing this properly, Rodri was the heartbeat of Manchester City last season. If you take Rodri out of that team last season, they ain't winning the treble. Simple as that. Rodri's world class, best midfielder in the world. For me, Rodri should be above Haaland to win the Ballon d'Or. But we know the way it works. Do you know what I mean? We know the way it works. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Hazard had 110 goals and 92 assists in 352 games for Chelsea, where Salah's at 192 goals and 83 assists in just 315 games. It's mad, ain't it? Absolutely mad. Salah's numbers are mad. I get you, Jamie. In the past, the better footballers were the ballers. Now the better footballers are just judged off GA. Yeah, because it's the way football's changed, ain't it? That's what I'm saying. We know it's the way football's changed. I still rate people with entertainment effective. Yeah, I find Salah entertaining. I ain't gonna lie. I do find Salah entertaining because he's got to do something in a game that's going to win us a game of football. So that's entertaining to me. But that's what I'm saying. We know football's completely changed. Yeah, the last 20 years. So I'm going on what football is today, not what football used to be. I don't think football's as good as it used to be. This is just my issue. I don't know if you guys in the chat agree with this. I don't think today's football is as good as football 20 years ago. I don't think footballers today are as good as footballers 20 years ago. Because let me put it this way to you. If the two best players in the world right now are if the two best footballers in the world right now are Haaland and Mbappe, that's awful. Do you know how bad that is? Do you understand how bad that is? If the two best footballers in the world today are regarded as Haaland and Mbappe, if you go back 20 years ago, Haaland and Mbappe wouldn't even get in the top 15 of the top 20 best players in the world. If you go back 20 years ago, Mbappe and Haaland wouldn't even be in the top. You gave me a top 20 best players in the world 20 years ago, yeah? Haaland and Mbappe wouldn't be in the top 15. Fact. It's just a fact. Mbappe's not as good as everyone makes him out to be either. It's just we live in a different time now. We live in a different time now where football is nowhere near as good as it was 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, the reason it entertains me, is because he wins games of football, man. And at the end of the day, I just want to see Liverpool win games of football. Do you know what I mean? Do we have a better chance of winning games of football with Mo Salah or without Mo Salah? Do you know what I mean? And if it is with Mo Salah, then that entertains me, my man. Do you know what I mean? That entertains me because I'm all about winning. I get what you mean. It is frustrating to watch. Salah is frustrating to watch. Always is frustrating. But at the same time, they entertains me at the same time, if you know what I mean. Salah is frustrating and he pees me off, yeah? I ain't going to lie about it. But how can I argue when he nearly gives me 40 GA at the end of the season? Do you know what I mean? But I still find it entertaining because he's giving me something to get angry about. He's giving me something to either get angry about or to get happy about. So he's giving me emotion. So Salah's bringing emotion out of me when I watch a game of football, for the good or for the bad. And that's what I want. I want emotion. I don't want to watch football and sit there. I don't want to sit there and watch football and just be like unemotion, no emotion in me whatsoever. I want players to bring emotion out of me. I want a player to bring emotion out of me, either good or bad. And then I get that. That's where I get my entertainment from. And that's what I mean by it, my friend. You know what I mean? Why Mbappe scored 4 goals in a World Cup final is simply untrue. There's 2 Mbappes, Angel. There's international Mbappe and club football Mbappe. International Mbappe for France is superior to club football Mbappe. That's just in my opinion. It's not just my opinion, though. I've heard that opinion said quite a lot lately. International Mbappe for France is a different player and a far better player than club football Mbappe. Yeah, Salah's excellent this season. For me, Salah's the best player in the league this season, without a shadow of a doubt. But he won't get them flowers because you're not allowed to. But for me, this season, at this moment in time, if I stop the season right now, Mo Salah's player of the year. But everyone keeps telling me it's Declan Rice. I don't find Thiago yeah, maybe. Coutinho was entertaining. I love Bobby Firmino. Who didn't? Yeah, they're all Salah has his moments. But you know what I mean, we know. Do you know what I mean about the emotion what it brings out of me, the good or the bad? That's what I want. That's what I feel. That's what I want when I watch football. I don't want to watch football and feel dead. Do you know what I mean? I want players to bring emotion out of me for the good or for the bad. And then that entertains me, makes me want to tune in next week to watch again and again and again. That's what I mean by it. Um, Maybe Mbappe don't care about PSG. This is the problem I got with Mbappe, and he needs to move on. He needs to leave PSG. He does need to leave. He does need to leave PSG. That's why I keep saying that there is 2 Mbappes. I don't know if you guys in the chat sort of understand what I'm saying there. There is kind of 2 Mbappes. International Mbappe for France is the best player in the world. Club football Mbappe is not the best player in the world. Do you see, do you sort of understand what I'm trying to say, guys? I think you guys might understand and think the same, but when Mbappe plays for France, he's the best player in the world. When he plays for PSG, he's not. It's as simple as that. He's not. Salah isn't. You're on about Salah, Aaron? Yeah, he's definitely. This season, for some reason, he's thinking more about the team as players around him rather than himself, which makes him more dangerous. Exactly. Salah, this is what I'm saying. Mo Salah is getting better as he gets older. And this is what I'm saying. Mo Salah's going to be the same age as Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard's retired, yeah? Eden Hazard, the last time Eden Hazard was good was 4 years ago. That's just put facts on the table here, yeah? Eden Hazard left Chelsea 4 years ago. Has Eden Hazard had a memorable... Can anyone remember Eden Hazard having a tremendous, world-class game between when he left Chelsea 4 years ago till yesterday when he retired? In that 4-year gap. But how many world-class moments did Mo Salah have in that same 4-year gap? This is what I'm trying to say. I like Eden Hazard. I'm not dissing Eden. Eden Hazard is a tremendous, tremendous footballer. But when it comes down to Premier League greats, Mo Salah will be remembered more than Eden Hazard. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. And we know. Do you know why he got injured that whole time at Real Madrid? Because he didn't look after himself. It's as simple as that. It's not, oh, poor Hazard, poor Hazard. The man didn't look after himself. He didn't. He's unprofessional. Simple as that. Salah's career really started at 24 when England was balling out 18. To be fair, Michael, Salah was balling out at Fiorentina and Roma as well. You know, Salah was balling out at Fiorentina and Roma as well. for a right winger, he's getting numbers as well. He was a good player. Now, the reason we got, didn't he get like 17 goals the season at Roma before we bought him or something like that as a right winger in Italy? So you think of a right winger in Italy, it's very hard for wingers to get big numbers in Italy, especially back what, 6-7 years ago when it was defensively better. And he was getting 17 goals that season for Roma or whatever it was. You know, like, and if we're going on Chelsea-Liverpool career, if we're just going on Chelsea-Liverpool career, then Salah's won, ain't he? So, you know what I mean? Salah's career at Chelsea, at Liverpool, is far better than. Now, if I had to pick two players in Premier League, if I was building a Premier League 11 tomorrow, here you go, guys. If you're building a Premier League all-time 11 tomorrow, and you've got one spot left, are you having Hazard or Salah? That's the choice. So you're building your Premier League all-time 11, yeah? Right, your Premier League all-time 11, and you've got one spot remaining. You've got one spot remaining, and you've only got two choices: Eden Hazard or Mo Salah. You're taking Salah all day long, because why are you taking Salah all day long? Because he's numbers. You're guaranteed to get goals or assists or match-winning goals from Mo Salah more than you're going to get from Eden Hazard, and that's just a fact. It's just a fact. Yeah, Roma, man. Everyone forgets what he did at Roma, Mike. That's what I'm saying. You know, he was excellent at Roma. Getting big goals for Roma as a winger in Italy, that's not easy. It's not easy. And everyone thinks I'm putting Hazard down. I'm comparing two tremendous players here. You know, this Salah and Hazard debate, we're talking about two fantastic footballers. Two outrageously great footballers who deserve all the credit for their career, in my opinion. Hazard deserves the credit for his career. What he did at Lille, what he did at Chelsea, it was tremendous. But if we're going on longevity and what they continue to do in their career, Salah is going to win that battle because they're the same age, and Mo Salah's getting better as a footballer, where Eden Hazard has to retire. You know, it's just, if we're going by that, you've got to go with Mo. But they're two tremendous footballers. Two tremendous footballers, without a shadow of doubt. Do you know where I think that's wrong, Wino? Because Liverpool don't play the same system they used to do, and Mo Salah's still balling out. Liverpool do not play the same system they used to do, and Mo Salah's still our best player and still the one balling out every week. That's why I don't agree with that. I think you put Mo Salah in Real Madrid tomorrow, Mo Salah scores 30 goals a season. Easy. You put Mo Salah as the right winger for Real Madrid with Camavinga, Bellingham, Modric and all that behind him. Mo Salah's easily getting 30 goals a season. Easy. So, yeah. I just prefer, it's a discussion. Hazard was beautiful to watch. I've got no problem with Eden Hazard. My only problem with Eden Hazard, that I don't think he enjoyed football as much as Mo Salah does. You know, I don't think Eden Hazard enjoyed the game of football as much as Mo Salah does. I don't think he's got the same drive as Mo Salah had. If Eden Hazard had Mo Salah's drive, Eden Hazard would win this battle, because I think he'd go on to get the numbers, to get even more numbers than Mo Salah and stuff like that if he had that drive. He just hasn't. And he never looked after his body. I remember when he came to Chelsea the first time around, he was overweight. He's had a problem with his weight a lot in his career, and that has an effect on your body, and which is why you get injuries. You know, you've got to look after yourself. You know, but he was a tremendous footballer, and that's why I always say we're comparing two fantastic footballers here. They're not duds. Not one of them's crap, and it's an easy win for the other one. I'm going to stick up for Mo, so I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm never going to pick Eden Hazard over Mo Salah. That's mental. You know, what Liverpool fans going to do that? But I can appreciate how good Eden Hazard was. Tremendous. When he used to run, You know, you look like he glided on the pitch. You look like Roger Federer when Roger Federer was at his best when he was playing tennis. Roger Federer looked like, he used to look like he glided across the court. He used to look like he was gliding. And at his best, Eden Hazard ran like that. He looked like he was gliding across the pitch. Beautiful player to watch. But he never had that drive. He never had that drive. And if he had Salah's drive, he would have. See, this is where I don't agree. Hazard loved football. It was just easy for him. He didn't overdo it with his diet or gym work. So why is Ronaldo and Messi far better than him? Why are Ronaldo and Messi far better than him? Like not even on the same planet as Eden Hazard. You know, you got Eden Hazard over here, and you got Messi and Ronaldo over here. Why? And Messi, you talk about finding football easy. No one found football easy than Leo Messi. He found football easy, but he had the drive and the mentality to make himself the greatest player of all time. So that's why I can't have that debate. That's why I can't have that debate. He didn't have the mentality or drive. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Because if he had the mentality and drive, he would have been as good as Ronaldo and Messi because he had all the ability in the world to be as good. Not better, but he had the ability to be up there with them players, to be remembered by them players. In 20 years' time, people are not going to remember Eden Hazard. It's as simple as that. They're just not, because he didn't have that longevity and he didn't have that drive to become players like them. You know, it's as simple as that. I don't know if Messi's a poor trainer. We know he's not the greatest player in the world for nothing, my friend. He can't be the greatest player in the world for being a poor trainer. He just can't be. You got to have, and that's the problem with Eden Hazard. And that is why I'll always say, if he had that drive, also if Hazard and Neymar were outside the Messi Ronaldo era, they'd each have shared Ballon d'Ors. Would they? Don't know about that. Don't know about that. I don't know. Don't know about that, because what players outside of won Ballon d'Ors before Messi and Ronaldo? Nedved. Thierry Henry never won a Ballon d'Or. Thierry Henry never won a Ballon d'Or. Actually, Nedved won the Ballon d'Or when you could argue that Henry should have won it. And Henry's a far better footballer than Eden Hazard. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Neymar is a far better footballer than Eden Hazard. So Neymar has not even won it, and he's a far better footballer than Eden Hazard. I'm not sure. It's just a shame on Hazard that his career's come to an end at 32 years of age. It's a real shame. It's a real shame that we've lost a tremendous professional footballer at the age of 32 and we can no longer watch him. That is an upsetting thing to talk about. But again, I'll always say it, he never looked after himself. And if you don't look after your body, you will get injuries. It's just that's the what it is. You've got to look after yourself more, and you will stay away from injuries. And he just didn't look after himself, you know. And he might have loved football, but he didn't love football the same way as someone like a Messi or Ronaldo did. Ronaldo changed his whole game around to stay away from injuries. You know, Ronaldo didn't want to get injured anymore, so he wanted to stay away from injuries and play every single week. So he changed the way he played. He stopped being that dribbling winger and became more of a forward and a goal scorer. Changed his way he played and had longevity in the game. Look, Ronaldo, where's Ronaldo? Touching 40 almost, and he's still playing. Yeah, it's in Saudi, but he's still playing. You know, he's still going to play for Portugal at the Euros. Yeah, so he's still playing. And I just feel like Hazard had the ability for me to change his style of play, to keep longevity in his game, to stay away from injuries, to keep himself healthier. I just don't think he had that drive. I really don't. I just don't think he had that drive. I really don't. And you look at Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale's another thing. Yeah. Gareth Bale has gone on paper. Gareth Bale has basically gone public and said he liked football. It was his sport. He played it because he got paid. He was good at it, but he prefers golf. He prefers golf. Now he's trying to be a bloody professional golf player. It is what it is. It is what it is. Bale better than Hazard. Peak Bale was better than peak Hazard, yeah. I would say. That's an argument as well. Peak Gareth Bale versus peak Eden Hazard. Jeez. That's a heck of a one. I think I don't know about that. I think that's close, but I think Hazard. But that's another thing. Peak as well. If you go through Hazard's peak time in his career, it's going to be shorter than Mo Salah's peak time at Liverpool. So Salah's going to probably, if Salah at 34 years of age is still at Liverpool and he's still getting 20 GA a season, we can't stop this conversation and just say that Mo Salah is one of the greatest Premier League players of all time. It's as simple as that. If Mo Salah is still getting like 20 GA when he's 34 at Liverpool, we seriously got to look at it and go, Mo Salah could arguably want to be one of the best Premier League players of all time. It's as simple as that. People are not going to like to hear it. People won't want to know it. They go, oh, you can't have him in front of people like Ryan Giggs and stuff like that because it's not allowed because apparently it's an untouched rule and all this nonsense, But if he's doing that in the next 2 or 3 years and he's still at Liverpool doing that, you've got to put Mo Salah in that conversation. You just do. You just do. Why these comparisons are I think that's why these comparisons are fascinating, ain't it? I think if he gets more goals than Henry, I'm going to call him better. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I will. Why not? They're both forwards. Why not? Why can't we have that discussion? That's what I'm saying. Why can't we have that discussion? Why can't we have that discussion? Why are we acting like Salah's a dead player? I don't get it. I mean, why can't we why do we all act like Salah's this dead footballer that can't ever be the best in the league? Why do we do this? Why can't we just acknowledge that Salah is tremendous and out of this world? Mo Salah is the best right winger in world football. Tell me a better right winger than Mo Salah in world football right now. There ain't one. Simple as that. The best right winger in world football. So why can't we have him up there? You look at some of the Premier League's greatest ever players: Henry, Alan Shearer, Wayne Rooney. Harry Kane. They're all goal scorers. They're all goal scorers. No. Steven Gerrard is up there as one of the Premier League's greatest ever players, but he never won a Premier League. But his ability was so good that you put him up there. Frank Lampard to the world. And then you look at defenders: John Terry, Rio Ferdinand. Look at goalkeepers like Peter Cech. You could probably put Alisson in there now. Some of the greatest players that ever played in the Premier League. They're just tremendous. They're just tremendous footballers. Alan Shearer was a tremendous footballer. He was a tremendous footballer, and that's why he's a leading goal scorer in the Premier League. Andy Cole was a tremendous goal scorer. I don't understand why no one ever mentions Andy Cole. I don't get it. Like everyone forgets Andy Cole was banging in 40 goals a season at Newcastle before he went to Man United. He was banging in 40 goals a season. He's a tremendous goal scorer. Why have we forgot about him? And then if Haaland stays in the Premier League long enough, If Haaland stays in the Premier League long enough and gets the goals where he's up there as one of the great, then you've got to put Haaland in it as well. You just do. Because he's doing what he's meant to be, what he's paid to do, and that is bang goals. So you've got to put Salah in there as well. You just do. You just do. If I think Jamie Carragher was having this argument about the Henri Salah thing, and like Carragher said, why can't we have that discussion? Why can't you have that discussion? I've had the Suarez Henri discussion before. For me, Suarez shits all over Thierry Henry as a striker. Completely shits all over Thierry Henry as a striker. Because when Henry went to the MLS at the same age, Suarez went to Spain and won the league with Atletico Madrid in a team where he outscored Messi and Ronaldo playing for a defensive Atletico Madrid team. You can have all these discussions, man. You can have all these discussions. Yeah, you think about the injuries Shearer had as well. He did his ACL, broke his leg, and he's still the top goal scorer in the Premier League. Yeah, and Harry Kane's a tremendous footballer as well. Harry Kane, look, I don't like Harry Kane, so I think he's a prick personally as a person. But as a player, Jesus Christ, what couldn't he do on the pitch? Tremendous footballer. But when we talk about Mo Salah, you're not allowed to have these discussions. I don't get it. I saw Lee Gunner the other day. I think I saw Terry put something up on Twitter the other day. It was hilarious. I think it was yesterday. And Lee Gunner said that Danny Welbeck is a better footballer than Mo Salah. I was like, what the hell? What is going on? When we got people like that who have a lot of influence on YouTube and Twitter and all that, and talks about Danny Welbeck is a better footballer than Mo Salah, I'm like, what are we doing here? Why is Mo Salah so disrespected? It's absolutely madness. Absolutely madness to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just think Danny Welbeck is a better footballer than Mo Salah must be. Mo Salah must be the most disrespected footballer I've ever seen. And I'm not even joking. Neymar as well. I think Neymar is probably a bit disrespected as well, because Neymar is a tremendous footballer. I think the problem with Neymar, I think he brings it on himself a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I do think Neymar brings it on himself a little bit, but the man's tremendous. The man's tremendous. Look, I think he's going to be the leading goal scorer for Brazil. He's a quality footballer. But I don't particularly like Neymar. There's something about him I don't like. Yeah, I think it's more of a personality kind of thing. But I can't underrate what he is as a footballer. But he gets disrespected a lot. Mo Salah gets disrespected. It's madness to me. It's madness to me. So if Salah's in this league long enough to surpass Henry in goals and GA or whatever you want, goals and assists and all that sort of stuff, then I think you do have to have the discussion about putting Salah, Henry, Shearer, all the Harry Kane to this world, and have an argument about it, have a debate about it, because I don't think you're wrong in any of answers you're going to give. You know what I mean? If someone still says Henry over Salah, I'm not going to moan and argue about it, but I'm going to say he's part of the debate, though. Do you know what I mean? He's part. If we're just going Premier League only, yeah, the league that they both played in, we're going Premier League only. You can have a debate about Salah and Henry. Of course you can. An easy debate. I'm not saying Salah wins. Henry probably wins. But you can have a Salah and Henry debate. Of course you can. And he's right to. He's earned the right to have that debate. I don't get it. I think Salah could equal. I would say Salah could equal. I think Salah could equal Henry's assist record this year, or 20 assists. I think that's very on for Mo Salah to do. I really do. We know. Would you say Neymar is a better player than Salah based on your criteria? Yeah, because I think Neymar can get the goals and assists that Salah can get. And also, look, I'm not going to sit here and say Neymar's a tremendous footballer. He's generational. My whole thing on Neymar, I think it's just a personality thing of Neymar. You know, the baggage that Neymar brings. You know, there always seems to be trouble around with Neymar. I don't know why. It just seems like there is. It might not be true, but it just seems like it from the outside. But yeah, Neymar bangs goals, man. Ain't he going to be top goal scorer for Brazil? I mean, Neymar bangs goals. He should never have just gone PSG. That's what Neymar should have done. In my opinion, Neymar should have stayed at Barcelona. Neymar should have stayed at Barcelona, in my opinion. Is Kevin better than Stevie? I think they're about equal. I ain't gonna lie there, Wino. I think they're about equal. I've said it before to you, Wino, I think, or you might have heard me say this before. Kevin De Bruyne plays exactly like Steven Gerrard does. They play exactly the same. They run the same. They move the same. They're sort of like built the same. Their passing is very similar. Their shooting is very similar. Yeah, they're very, very similar footballers. Very similar footballers. Very similar. I think if you put a prime Steven Gerrard at 25 in Pep Guardiola's Man City team, in fact, I think Stevie will be even better than Kevin De Bruyne. If you put Stevie in a 25-year-old Stevie Gerrard in a prime Pep Guardiola Man City team, I think Gerrard's actually better because he won't have to do everything on his own like he did at Liverpool. He'll have all that quality around him. Do you know what I mean? Big up Doug, who's now a dad. Congratulations to you, my friend. So everyone congratulate Doug in the chat. He's just become a dad for the very first time. And big up to his missus as well, to the wife. Congratulations to both of you. Enjoy your bundle of joy, my friend. You know, it's a beautiful thing to be a father. Congratulations to you, my friend. It's the greatest thing on earth that you can be is a dad. Trust me. It's the greatest thing in the world. Congratulations, my friend. Mont's in the house. How you doing, man? I'll see you tomorrow night, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow night. Big up to you. Yeah, congratulations to Doug for being a dad. Congrats. Yeah, but that's you know that's my argument on the Salah Hazard sort of thing, guys. So we're going to leave that there. And as I said, like, if Salah's longevity continues and he continues to perform at this high level for the next 2 years at Liverpool, if he stays at this football club, I think then you've got to have the Henry Salah debate. I really do. I think you have to. Because the disrespect Mo Salah gets is mad. It's just mad to me. You know, you got Liverpool fans who still think Mane is better than Salah. It's a madness. It's like what we're chatting about. I literally think in the next 2 years, if Mo continues what he's doing right now, for me, Mo's the best player in the league at the moment. And if he continues this on for the next 2 years at 34, if he stays at Liverpool, I think we'll have to really sit down and have a debate, man, about Henry versus Salah in the Premier League. I think we do. Look, for me, I'm going to say this right now. I love Steven Gerrard. I think Steven Gerrard is absolutely amazing. And Liverpool's second greatest ever player, maybe. But I think Mo Salah is Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player. I'll put it like that. But big up to everyone. Thank you very much for Jamie. I asked that man last night, do you think Trent will play this game on Friday? To be fair, Daz, I don't give a crap. If Trent plays for England or not, I just don't. I just can't. I'm not feeling it, Daz. I'm not feeling it. Big up Noah and chat. Big up Jamie and congrats Doug. Yeah, congratulations to Doug. Neymar's the greatest diver I've ever seen. The way he goes down, does around 5 rolls. I think that's why people get annoyed with Neymar. But I can't take away the man's ability on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Can't take his ability away on the pitch. But it's all about agreeing and disagreeing. You know, we can all agree and disagree. My opinion is that Salah's longevity in the Premier League is superior to Hazard's. And, you know, Hazard's retired at the same age Mo Salah is. and Hazard's going to be watching Mo Salah on the sofa, still scoring goals and assisting goals every single week. So for that longevity period, that is why for me, Premier League only, not career. Premier League only. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. We're not going career versus career. We're going Premier League only. Then it's Salah over Hazard every day of the week. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. I do apologise. This may be where some of the arguments in the chat have been, where we've been talking about previous clubs and other clubs. I was only talking Premier League only. I should have said that. Maybe I should have said that at Wino as well. I was only talking about Premier League only, Hazard and Salah debate. Maybe I should have said that at the beginning. But yeah, big up everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate it. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow night for a massive video. So I won't no daytime video tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow evening. Big video tomorrow evening. We've got Monster on the channel. We've got Gunner Lee on the channel. Gunner Lee on the channel. We got a gal on the channel as well. And hopefully Don the Chelsea fan will be coming on as well. And I've got another, hopefully a Spurs fan as well coming on. So we're going to have a big debate tomorrow night about our clubs, about where we see our clubs going, player of the year so far, and all that sort of thing. So make sure you join us tomorrow at 9 p.m. It should be a cracking show. See you tomorrow. Much love. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy the